So since COVID came about, a lot of people have been wanting to do alternative methods, and there's a traditional Shoshone herb that seems to be the primary plant medicine in the mix that I use for COVID when people call, and I didn't get a chance to use it on myself when I got COVID because I was traveling, but now I travel with some of these herbs all the time because COVID is a recurring problem. And the main herb is Lomatium dissectum, which the Shoshones call bear medicine. It's a root that grows on a plant in the carrot family that has yellow flowers on top. What Lomatium dissectum seems to do is it inhibits RNA replication. It inhibits the rate of RNA replication so that the virus doesn't reproduce as fast, and that gives the immune system a chance to wipe it out. So it's been used on lots of virus infections that way, very successfully. In fact, it was so renowned for that effect that when COVID first hit, you couldn't find Lomatium on the internet for a while. The normal distributors of it were sold out. So many people know how this works. It's sold under the name Lomatium, but the Shoshones know it as bear medicine. The Crows refer to it as lightning root. Grant Bulltail, the Crow storyteller and keeper of knowledge, referred to it as lightning root and said that when lightning strikes the earth, it hits the ground and then goes underground in every direction for miles. And that's the energy that this plant uses, which paints a pretty clear picture of how potent they thought it was. So that's the first line of defense, and it was taken as tea and sold as Lomatium as an alcohol tincture, which is very concentrated. So only 30 drops twice a day is enough to have a noticeable effect on a virus infection like COVID. Another thing that's used to protect the blood vessels during COVID, which can be inflamed and cause lung damage and lung inflammation, is yarrow. Yarrow is a pretty standard herb that's used along with other herbs to amplify the effect of other plant medicines. So yarrow is also taken as a tea. It reduces the inflammatory effect of the viral infection in the lungs. Another plant that I use to reduce the lung inflammation is balsam root. Arrowleaf balsam root is a plant in the sunflower family also, like yarrow, that has broad spectrum of medicinal qualities, probably phytosterols and some other terpene compounds that when boiled in water you can inhale. And you inhale it by putting your face over a pot of boiling water with balsam root roots in it, and those resins come up. They're volatile in the temperature of boiling water. So they come up in the steam, and you inhale it deep into your lungs, and it has a tremendous anti-inflammatory effect on lungs, and it suppresses the cytokine response. And the cytokine response is your own immune system, which actually causes the worst inflammation with COVID by causing your white blood cells to essentially go berserk, and they fill up your lungs. They produce a lot of inflammation and swelling and a lot of mucus, and that's what balsam root fights. It suppresses that secondary response of your immune system, which is the cytokine response, and reduces the inflammation, the mucus buildup, the coughing and choking that happens in the final stages of COVID. A fourth plant in this mix for COVID is called agastache. Its common name is hyssop. Some people pronounce it hyssop. But giant hyssop is a plant that promotes circulation, not only in all of your peripheral tissues, but in the brain. So this is a plant that can affect the secondary effects of fogginess, brain fog that you hear with people with COVID is fairly common. And also it's related to the fatigue that people suffer from. It's a good plant to use in conjunction with these other antiviral herbs to help protect nerve tissue, and especially in the brain. And then the final one is gumweed, which is Grindelia squarrosa. That one has some interesting peptides in it, selenocysteines. And selenocysteine actually crosses the blood-brain barrier, goes into the brain, and reduces inflammation. But it also stimulates the immune system to target viruses. So you have the anti-inflammatory effect in nerve tissue of the selenocysteine, plus you have the antiviral effect of stimulating the immune system. It doesn't really affect the viruses directly, but it affects the immune system to target viruses, to eliminate them through the white blood cells. This herb is the primary one to target the secondary cytokine response of your immune system, which is the one that kills people, frankly. The primary effect of the virus doesn't really cause severe inflammation, but the secondary effect of the COVID virus causes a cytokine response, which is the one you want to inhibit. And that's what Grindelia does. So Grindelia squarrosa is also in the sunflower family. It's an exceedingly common plant that's often sprayed as a weed because it congests roadsides and trails. But it's actually a very important native plant and a native plant medicine. Gumweed also has a third effect, which is to expand the bronchioles so that when you have inflammation, they constrict. And by taking this herb as a tea, you expand the diameter of the bronchioles, so it's called a bronchodilator. And this is very important with COVID because in the serious secondary cytokine response to COVID, one of the things that causes people to be intubated and put on a breathing machine is the collapse of the bronchioles. And this is what gumweed actually treats. It expands the bronchial diameter so that you have more airflow. So those herbs combined attack all of the different aspects of COVID-19 that cause the severe reactions leading to death.